ASMR Coffin Radio.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Coffin Radio. I am Heartthrob Rob, and today we are talking about WWE Biography Macho Man Randy Savage. These new specials on A&E, man, they're really good. This Macho Man might be one of the best ones so far, definitely better than Roddy Piper episode. This one covers Randy's a great length of his career, but it's also really, like they say, it's a biography. It really has a lot to do with his life. They obviously touch on the Elizabeth stuff, but it starts with his humble beginnings, man, where he's trying to make it in baseball. He's actually makes it for the minor leagues for the Red Sox, I believe. White Sox, maybe. I think the Red Sox, though. And, you know, unfortunately, he doesn't make it. You know, he makes it to the minor leagues, but just couldn't make it up top. So after that, he goes and he joins his father's promotion, Angelo Poffo's promotion, IWC or ICW, Championship Wrestling, ICW. And from there, man, they're an outlaw indie promotion, and they're really pushing it. They're really trying to get on this Memphis TV and have feuds with Jerry Lawler when Jerry Lawler wants nothing to do with them. It's very cool, and I haven't seen a lot of Randy's early career stuff, so to see it here is very nice. The biography is really good. It's really good. They show when he finally joins to WWE and how they bring out Miss Elizabeth and how they think that's going to work, and you know, it does. The fact that she came out as a manager, she's the first women manager like that to be, you know, as big as she was. And it's such a cool way to bring her in because, you know, Jimmy Hart, Bobby Heenan, the Grand Wizard, Slick, you know, everybody's trying to be Macho Man's manager. But it's Miss Elizabeth that comes out and wins it, a female, which is very cool. They go over the match with him and Steamboat, which is really crazy, and they said that, you know, he obviously everyone knows the story that he writes every single thing out in these matches, and that Ricky Steamboat said it's 84 points or something, it's 84 moves or 101 moves, something like that, 111 or 84. Either of those numbers stick out in my head for some reason, but it's one of those, and he counts them as they go, and he goes, these are all the steps in the match, and so it's just really crazy that they did something like that. They bring up what I didn't. So they covered like a lot of the matches, but I kind of thought it was kind of crazy that they overlooked WrestleMania 4 with him winning the title, or WrestleMania 5 with Mega Powers Explode. I mean, they show pieces from those matches, but those are really big era stuff for him. I think that should have been covered maybe just a little bit more. We get with the story of him wanting to leave, or excuse me, Miss Elizabeth leaving him, and the animosity that has with Hogan. I think Hogan tells a different side of the story here that we haven't really heard, or I haven't heard, and I'm kind of a fucking mark for the kind of shit that happened here, is that he says, you know, I knew Elizabeth stayed there while her and Randy were going through it, but apparently, you know, Randy comes to the house one day while Miss Elizabeth isn't there. Hogan's aware of it, and he had seen her with the pool boy, you know, or what is it? Tennis guy. And so Randy shows up that day, and Hogan's like, "Hold on, man, blah blah," and she catches him with it. And he says as soon as he got to the door, like to the door where they were at, he knocked. As soon as he fucking knock and get in, Hulk dips out and leaves fucking Randy there. Of course, you gotta fucking keep your friend on a leash, dude. If not, he goes off the deep end. Apparently, fucking something happened with the cops that day, and so Macho Man was pissed at him there for 10 years. But Hogan obviously knew of something going on, man. And if you're my friend, I think you should kind of fucking hold my back, or you know, hold me down while something like that really goes down. So more snake shit coming from Hogan really fucking blows my mind, because I wasn't aware of this police altercation, because Hogan's always been like, she was staying at my house while they were going through it, you know, they're breaking up, and you know, she's my wife's friend, I had to stay at my house, like, I'm sorry, you know, like, what are you gonna do, like, you know what I'm saying, like, I can understand that, like, hey, I'm just letting her stay at my house, bro, you guys are going through it, she ain't bringing dudes to my fucking house, you know what I mean, just she's living here while you guys are obviously going through this divorce until she gets her shit straight. I can understand that. But Hogan being aware that there's another man, that's fucking not cool. You being there while I'm confronting the other dude, probably gonna need to at least stay in the background, bro. Like, at least hold me down for a little bit. So I kind of see some snake shit there on Hogan's end. Anyways, we go into Vince not wanting to see Randy wrestle anymore, that they want him on commentary. And it's very cool to see Randy on commentary. I did not like Peter Rosenberg saying that fucking you can only take Randy in small pieces. I thought Randy did fucking great color commentating. Let me know in the comments here. We can talk about that too. Fucking Randy did great commentary. I don't care what anyone says. Like, him and Vince together on the same team, I thought were fucking absolutely great. 93 was cool for me. Anyway, so he fucking is not ready to quit wrestling, which he shouldn't have. He should have never. I knew we were in the new generation, but dude, Randy could have done some sick business putting over some young guys. Some matches with him and Shawn or Brett or Perfect. I think those would have worked really fucking well, man. But, you know, let's put some young guys over. Let's do it the fucking right way. Or at least build these storylines, you know? Anyways, he goes to WCW. He brings Slim Jim with him for $750,000. So pretty much a wash there with, as Eric Bischoff says. And, you know, they bring up that even there, he's kind of still in Hogan's shadow, which is true, you know, which it does suck, but it is true. Obviously, he's a better wrestler, but I mean, Hogan is just, they're in the same lane, to be God honest with you, you know? And Hogan is the bigger star at the time. They go into his relationship with Gorgeous George, and she's a young chick in her early 20s, you know, and Macho's a little bit closer to 40 there. And they're, you know, living a fucking hard and fast lifestyle, and they just blow my mind with the shit that they're saying here. She's saying that fucking Randy was on ecstasy a bunch of times, and that whole outfit, remember when they're wearing red? Like, it's like a big uniform or costume of his when they're wearing all red decked out. Apparently they're like high out of their fucking minds on that one. They play it, and you can tell they're a little messed up, but she was like, that's the most high we've ever been. I'm like, fuck, dude, like, you're just letting all his secrets go. She brings up that he allowed to do ecstasy, which I could not suck and see, and that he's like on roids, and apparently he had cameras inside her house. They fucking buried this man, dude. I did not like this part, and although it is true and it sucks to hear it, like, I don't know, like, the camera in the house thing, that's horrible. Fucking, you're weird, Randy. You shouldn't have done something like that. But if my man like doing ecstasy, excuse me for letting my man do some ecstasy every once in a while. He's giving you a fucking show 300 nights a week, or 300 nights a year. Let him do some ecstasy every once in a while. Fuck. Gorgeous George is still a youngster out here, you know. She's barely 40, if anything. And she's talking about Randy doing these drugs. It blew my mind. In the end, he cuts her off, too, because she's crazy, too. Why not? I don't care what she says. And then, you know, things fold, and Randy really gets into voice acting and doing movies and stuff like that, and they cover that. They get into the stuff with him and Hogan. Again, Hogan is burying him here. I knew Hogan had Bubba Love Sponge as his homie, but they bury Randy all over that fucking morning radio. I'd be pissed as fuck, too. And fucking Hogan brings up that Randy shit his pants one time. That's like some homie shit, bro. Don't bring that up after I'm dead or like while I'm fucking, something happened. I don't know. I thought that was crazy. More snake shit from Hogan. They get into Miss Elizabeth dying. You know, she's with Lex at the time. Him and Lex really didn't have a problem, you know, but he just says it sucked when he had to see, you know, his chick die. You can tell that Randy loves Liz. It's obvious. But, you know, and Lex has turned his life around. But, you know, we do deal with the death of Miss Elizabeth. And then we pretty much get into the end here, man. You know, Randy does that diss track towards Hogan, which is fucking stupid. I don't want to get into it. But, yeah, Randy released a rap album, which is kind of crazy. Be a Man. He's got, like, a song to Mr. Perfect, and he's got a song dissing Hogan and stuff like that. But, yeah, it is what it is. Randy made a fucking rap album. It is what it is. But then, you know, we get to this fateful day where... And the thing is, it's very hard to find Randy interviews that are outside of kayfabe, so that's another thing that's, like, hard to find in here. But they do pull some pieces out of, like, previous interviews that I had seen. Next, you know, unfortunately, we go to that day in May 2011 when Randy passes, and it's just super sad. I mean, you know, it's something that did get to me, but, you know, obviously it's sad. But something that somebody said on the show was like, dude, like, Macho Man going out of sleep, like, it's not how I would have seen it, you know? Like, someone like Macho Man, you know, dies by heart attack while driving, crashing into a tree, you know? Like, that's the Macho Man way to go. Like, what? Like, that's how you go out, you know? And I know that's kind of crazy for someone to say that, but that's how I fucking feel, too, when they said it. So, it is what it is, man. So sad to see Randy go. He has still so much left. 68 years old. One of the greatest icons of all time, you know? Would have been number one if it wasn't for fucking Hogan. Nothing towards Hogan, nothing bad, but you're always in that same lane as Hogan. You know, if that guy was around now, he'd be training kids in the camp and all that in NXT, showing them how to cut promos. But a really good episode here, man. I think they buried Randy a little bit on some pieces, to be honest with you. But I liked it. The episode was good. Better than Piper's episode. It was still cool. I thought it was good, man. I thought it was really good. Probably 8 on a scale of 1 to 10, 7.5, 8. I thought it was good. B- of an episode. Let me know what you guys think, man. We'll talk about it in the comments. Make sure you like, subscribe, and if you like what you're watching, then hop in the coffin. Follow us on social media at Coffin Radio. Coffin is spelled with a K. And that's all for today.
ASMR Coffin Radio.